Hello and happy Wednesday. Welcome to our podcast. Welcome to our YouTube channel. I am your host, Samantha, and I have with me my wonderful co host, I'm Enjoy.
Hello.
That's right. Say hello to the people, girl. If this is your first time stopping by our channel, we'd like to say welcome. We also encourage you to subscribe to our channel. And when you do subscribe, make sure that you hit the notification bell so that way you get notified when we put out new videos. And we also encourage you to comment in the comment section. We will reply. If you have any subjects or topics you'd like to talk about, feel free to email that to us. The email address is in the description box. We also ask you that you give our videos a thumbs up, help push our videos out there into the mainstream YouTube algorithm. So, all of those things that we ask in your support, it only helps our channel to grow. Bless you if that was a sneeze. I don't know.
That was
Uh,
a truck passing by.
on our channel, we talk about a little bit of everything: relationships, online dating, single parents, toxic relationships, childhood trauma, you name it, we talk about it. So, without further ado, let's talk about it. What are we going to be talking about today? Today, I want to talk about loaning money. Excuse me, folks. Oh, let me bag this train up a little bit. Excuse the appearance, but I'm prepping myself because tonight I'm going to the Mary J. Blige concert. Woo, 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 woo. So my hair is, it's being prepped for later on today. But I wanted to come do a video and I wasn't going to unprep myself. So, hey, which is what you get on this channel. That's what's going to happen anyway. So enjoy the ride. Now, back to our subject.
But can I ask you a question? Somebody asked you for some money this recently. That's why you picked this topic.
No, nobody asked me for money recently. Not recently, not
Oh,
within the last week or so, but um that's just kind of been my
I was just
thing.
curious. I was just curious. Go ahead.
No problem, girl. Chime in and ask whatever you like. But yeah, no. So how do you feel? I'm gonna ask you. Let's start with you. How do you feel when it comes to loaning money?
I don't
Do
have no
you
money.
loan money? Let's say that. Let's
I
start there.
have no money to loan, and I don't know nobody to ask, so I'm doing good.
Okay, so if somebody was to ask you to borrow money, your answer is I don't have no money to loan.
No, okay. Let me be serious. There was one occasion. The only thing I hate about what I dislike about loaning money is having to ask for it back. So there was a situation where somebody asked me to borrow some money, and I said, okay, I would do it, but I needed it back because I was taking money from a bill that wasn't due just yet. And then they were like, okay, well, I'll get it back to you by then. So, make a long story short, I loaned them the money. That time came and passed and passed and passed. And then we ended up going somewhere and we were in the store buying something. Now, mind you, this person owed me some money, and I didn't have enough money to buy what all the stuff I wanted. And that person was like, "Well, you want me to loan you some money, and then you give it back to me?" And I'm in my mind thinking, "Wow, did they forget that I loaned them some money? Did they just not care, or what?" And then so finally, I had to get the courage.
Avi for Facebook, text now audio. Uh-oh. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I had to get the courage to finally ask for it, and it was really hard because I just feel like you shouldn't have to ask for it back. The person should just be like, "Hey, thank you for loaning the money, and here it is." But the part when we were in the store and they asked me, "Did I want to borrow some money?" And I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have the courage to be like, "Well, how you gonna say, do I want to borrow some money and you owe me $200?"
Right.
So that was my little story. I just don't like to have to ask for it back. But like Judge Mathis said, he said pick a amount of money. He said he don't loan out no more than $500 because he know he not gonna see it again. So he said don't
Mm.
loan out anything that you can't afford to not get back. That's what Judge Mathis said.
Right. And so on that note, I definitely agree. So I've loaned money like several times. It almost became a thing of people thought I was Bank of Samantha, and they would borrow money. That's not to say that they didn't pay it back. Eventually, it was paid back. Um, one person I loaned money to, I think they didn't actually pay me back the money, but they had like some real gold earrings. So I guess we can kind of consider that like a barter type of thing. Instead of giving me you the cash back, I got these earrings. Would you take these? So I did do that. And another time I loaned money and I really didn't need the money back right away. So I told that person, well, go ahead if you needed that same amount for next month, go ahead and hang on to it, and I'll collect it the following month. I don't know what I did that for because when that time came, guess who didn't have the money? And asked could they give it to me the following month. So I was like, okay, well, I won't do that again. So I've always been repaid. So that's not the issue.
I typically don't like to ask people for money myself.
Yeah, me either. Me either. I always try to make sure I'm in a position to where I don't, where I don't have to borrow any money from anybody else. But I understand people run into hardships and they have hard times and they need to borrow money. I also know it's okay to say no because that person they will eventually find another way to get what it is that they need to take care of whatever it is they need to take care of. So I do know that. So I stopped feeling bad when I decided to say I don't loan money anymore. So now my philosophy is I don't loan. I just simply don't loan money.
Have
I'd
you have you ever loaned money to somebody and then watched them spend money excessively on other things while you're together, or they tell you about what they bought, knowing that they owe you money?
actually yes. I'm not gonna say who that person is, but yeah, I loaned money to a person. Apparently they just thought that I didn't want my money back, and they I think got new rims on their car or something. You know who I'm talking about. or got a new Series XM radio system. I mean, and was bragging about it like it was just the thing to do. Like it was just okay. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, don't you owe me some money? What you bragging to me about these rims you got and your new stereo system? I said, okay, so yes, that most definitely happened. And yeah, so anyway, my thing is I just don't loan money anymore. I'm sorry you're dealing with what you have to deal with. I'd rather us remain friends by me not loaning you money. And if you decide you don't want to be my friend or you want to be mad because I won't loan you money, well, at least we parted on that without you having my money, owing me money, and we fall out, because then I'm
Right.
never gonna get my money back. So I'd rather it go that way. Other than that,
Remember, we were talking about it's kind of like the same thing. I just don't understand people who will walk up to you and be like, "Hey," that's like me walking up to you. Hey, Samantha, can I borrow your car to go to the store? That kid, I just don't understand that for a person to walk up to another person and ask, "Can they drive their car?" That is like so weird to me. It's almost like borrowing money because if you don't have no money to pay for that car, if something happens, then what? But that's the weirdest thing. Oh, your car is blocking mine. I'll just take your car to the store. I'm like, no, I'll get my keys and I'll move. You can take your own car.
You're right. It's like
I don't.
not a problem.
I would not walk up to a person and just be like, can I take your car to the store? Can I run to the store real quick? That is just the weirdest thing to me. But people do that.
People do that, and so that's the other thing. I don't loan my cars anymore to kids or otherwise. I've done it. My thing is this: even if you got the money to pay for it, I don't care. I don't want the inconvenience of having to go put my car in the shop because something happened to it while you had it. So if I'm gonna be inconvenienced, it's gonna be because I inconvenienced myself, not because you got in my car. Even if what happened was eventually going to happen, if it happened on your watch while using my car, then
And
to
then it's
me, I think you should pay for it.
and it's different if you were to say, hey, I'm enjoying. Here are my keys. Run to the store for me real quick and pick up some bread. That's different. I'll do that.
Yeah,
If you offer it to me and say, can you do this for me in my car? I don't have a problem with that. But I wouldn't come up to you and say, hey, can I go to the store? I need some cheese. You know, I
yeah,
wouldn't. I just wouldn't ask. I just seem like that seems weird to me.
in
Now, if
your
you was
car.
to ask me, then you know, what I'm saying I would be more willing to do that. But I wouldn't ask you.
Yeah. So, back to the whole money thing. That is a true philosophy. Never loan any more than you can afford to lose. So let's just say if I did bend my rule, I have a cap on what I will loan if I did decide to bend, and that's no more than $100.
Yeah, Judge Mathis said five.
Yeah, forget that. $100. My
I mean,
my
but it goes based upon what you, of course, what you
what you
have.
afford.
Also, he's a judge.
Right. He a whole judge, and you only get no more than 500 out of him.
Right.
I'm not no judge, so no more than 100s out of me. That way, if you don't pay it back, no love lost.
What do you mean? Tell me all those people that borrow from you to mess it up for me? Oh man,
Yeah, you came a little bit too little, too late. You need 100? I
I,
got
need,
a,
I needed to hold a little something, something.
I got 100. I got 100 on it for you.
No, I'm joking.
Get 100 on it. But yeah, so those are reasons, why you don't loan money because, like you said, people, and then they got the nerves to get mad at you
When you
when
ask
you
me,
ask for your money back.
right?
First of all, you shouldn't even have to ask. They should be responsible and respectful enough. They opened their mouth when they came to borrow the money. So why aren't you opening your mouth saying something when you owe the money? Why do you want to make it uncomfortable and make me have to ask you for my money?
I remember a lady. They were neighbors. They lived in the same complex, and the lady was nice enough to help the lady with the children. You know, and they didn't have any food, so she was
Hmm.
like, okay, well, I'll give you this, maybe, like you said, $100, $200. I'm doing the quotes in my hands. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, get you and your children some food, blah, blah, blah. So the next month came around, and she was like, girl, I'm not giving her nothing this month. I got to take care of me and mine. And I
Yeah.
was thinking to myself, wow, I know not to never loan you no money because she was nice enough to take from her family to give to yours, and you don't want to give it back because you like you have your own responsibilities. You had your own responsibilities before she gave you the money, so she should be your first priority.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what you would think. I borrowed money one time. That was from my uncle when I was sick. And the only reason why I had to borrow money from him was because my own grown son stole money from me. And so I had to pay, my rent. And so I was, at a short because of, what my child, put me in at an inconvenience for. So that was the only time I ever had to borrow money. But when that money came in, guess who the first person was I paid? He didn't have to ask me for it.
Right,
I
right.
didn't have to think twice about it. I already knew, okay, when this money come, bam, let me pay. Because you never know when you may have to
Right.
go
And
back.
it should be no matter what. It's like,
No,
oh, my car got four flat tires. I have his money, but I can't drive my car. He should still get his money first.
he
I don't
should.
care. If all four of your tires on flat. You're gonna like, well, dang, I need this money now, or I can't drive to get to where I gotta go. That's not his responsibility.
Right.
So that person that get in good faith
Yes.
gave you that money, you need to pay them back first because you never know when you're gonna need them again.
Yeah, and that's the key right there. You never know when you're gonna need that person again. But some people don't mind burning bridges, and they get a whole attitude with you because they owe you money
Have you
and they
look?
don't have their priorities straight.
Have you ever heard this? You mad about that little old money? like,
Right?
like it wasn't little when you asked me for it.
Okay. You was crying, begging, all kind of stuff. That money was very important for your use, what you needed to borrow it for. So it should be equally as important when you repay it. But you know, that's how people are. So let this be a lesson to you people. Don't be loaning your money. Let me tell you, that person will get over it. And if they're your friend and they get an attitude because you won't loan them money, then they're not your friend anyway. It's like I'd rather you unfriend me without my money in your pocket than to unfriend me owing me money
Right,
that I'm never gonna get back. I'm gonna sleep a whole lot better at night knowing at least I didn't loan you no money. And if you're not my friend anymore, then
right. Because you really wasn't gonna get it back because they cut you off.
yeah, right.
She's stingy. She's stingy with her money, so I'm gonna cut her off. What?
Yeah. So,
How do you
you
stingy
know,
with your own money?
with friends like that, I don't need no enemies. So if that's how it's like this. If that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. And I'm okay with it because I'm gonna sleep well at night with my money in my pocket. Okay. And that's the way that's gonna go. So again, careful if you do loan money. You know the rule: never loan any more than you can afford to lose. It's like gambling. You go to the casino.
Never
You
take
take
your wallet to the casino. Don't take your bank card to the casino.
take your amount that you gonna spend, and that's that. Play it, lose it, win it, whatever, and then from there, after that, it's a
That's
wrap.
that's a whole nother episode now. Stop it.
Oh well, yeah, we're gonna do an episode about that. That's not my lane. You probably would know a lot more because I hate the casino. I'll be bored as heck. I'll be like, "Whoo, you still over there on the slot machines? Okay, can I get another whiskey sour while I wait?" That's all I'm gonna do. Sit there
And then
and
you
maybe.
didn't spend. That's why I said you didn't spend $1,000 trying to get a free drink. You sitting at the slot machine waiting for a free drink, and the waiter keep passing you by and like, oh, but you have to be playing in order to get a free drink. And common sense doesn't. When you're in that environment, common sense doesn't kick in and say, well, won't you just go to the bar and buy you a drink for $5 instead of putting $50 in the slot machine to get a watered down free drink?
That right. Yes. Common sense does not tell you that your brain is just rewired all backwards.
That's why I
Uh,
said it's a whole nother subject.
when you and that, okay, well, hey, we got our next subject that we're gonna talk about. Well, anyway, we're gonna wrap this topic up. Again, if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. We would love to hear from you. Once again, don't forget to give the videos a thumbs up. Help push this channel out there into the mainstream YouTube media algorithm, to be truthful. And anyway, oh, and share the video. And we are out of here. Do you have anything else to say before we leave, Almond Joy?
Have a wonderful Wednesday.
Wonderful
Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Yeah,
Today
Wednesday.
Tuesday. And I'm going to see Mary. Go Mary. Go Mary. Go Mary. Go Mary. I hope she do her Mary J. Blige dance. I think that is the funniest thing. Have you seen that?
Won't you do her leg?
When she be doing her little Mary J. Blige dance, girl.
Yeah.
I don't know who told her that that was cute, but anyway, I like seeing it. It just looks. She looked like a deer dancing, like a baby deer that was just born dancing. I think it's the funniest thing. Anyway, all right, we'll see you guys in the next podcast. Bye.